for FTX to have $1.4 billion and 80,000 Bitcoin paper obligation with no reserves to fulfill that means that they, quote unquote, created 80,000 Bitcoin out of thin air and, on paper. And that means that they were, quote unquote, increasing the amount of Bitcoin that was mined in the last year by 25%. And they're probably not the only people to do that. And in fact, I think that 80,000 Bitcoin number is low. I think that once the bankruptcy team figures out what the true debts are, it'll be more than that. So maybe FTX alone accounted for doubling the current Bitcoin mining worldwide over the last year. Or maybe it was a few different entities that collectively doubled the amount of Bitcoin mined in the last year, quote unquote. So when I look at that, that stands out to me as a major driver for why the price is so low right now. How are we down at 16,000 when we've never gone below the prior cycle high before? And then you introduce this it looks like just, facts here that paper Bitcoin was printed in the last year that made it so that, there was more Bitcoin going out into the market to meet incoming demand, or so people thought. And that means more supply, but no change in demand. And that means that the price gets driven down in this free market of Bitcoin. So I think I think we will find that this paper Bitcoin has been suppressing Bitcoin's price over this last year in particular and driving it down lower than it should have gone at this point. And it'll be very interesting when that pressure is no longer in place. That downward pressure of paper Bitcoin being created is relieved. We might be a ball underwater in terms of where the current price equilibrium is at. And that price equilibrium may be based on, 2x the actual mining going on. And you take away half of that, where does the price equilibrium go to? Here's hoping that's, a thing that plays out over the next 12 months.